saw a bird, like a white bird, maybe like a dove or something like a dove, flying very high, and then there was a sudden, forceful but controlled gust of wind that pushed the bird up even further above the clouds, above the atmosphere, so that the bird was still flying, still soaring, but was, outside of the atmosphere of Earth, maybe almost in space or something. There's a, I don't know, a separation there. I don't understand, but far above the earthly realm, and my impression was the bird was still able to have the sight of an eagle, even though it was not an eagle.
Oh, okay.
What I saw, the bird stayed the same.
Yeah.
But my impression was that the eyesight of the bird was greater than that of a normal eagle, because it could still pinpoint any place, even from that height.
Yeah.
It could still pierce down through the clouds and see clearly any point, and even more
even greater because
it's further back.
Yeah, because of the high point. Yeah.
Saw a man that was in a dark place, and there was this pole. It kind of reminds me, I guess, of a pole you'd see in a firehouse.
Oh yeah,
slide down
quickly.
Well, the point was to go up this pole, and the individual was desperately trying to climb up the pole. It was almost like the pole had been greased. He could get no traction to get himself up. The top of the pole was enshrouded in obviously light, very bright light. I think indicating freedom. All of a sudden, my impression was that there was a change in this man's perspective, and it was through his faith. All of a sudden, the pole began to lift him out of the dark place.
Oh, the pole.
Toward the light.
Pole is ascending.
The pole's ascending, from the dark place up toward the light.
Okay.
And my impression was this man's faith was allowing him to be lifted by the pole out of the
rather than self-effort in a sense.
He was just holding on. He just held on.
Hold on. Yeah.
He wasn't climbing and struggling.
Yeah, that's interesting. Different perspective, huh? Of seeking freedom in a sense. One is scratching in a sense, so out of fear. The other is knowing the pole is a hope, right? So I have confidence in the ability of that pole. That's interesting. Amen. Hallelujah.
The man's perspective changed in the dark place. His perspective and reliance on faith changed in
the self. Yeah. What do you think that implies?
Brokenness, death, wilderness, the Father's way.
Yeah. To ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah. No question that. We need to hear it. I'm joking. Elijah, anything?
Nothing to say.
Oh, okay. No one, go ahead.
I did see one thing. I saw like a chamber or a room that was very well lit, very bright, and I saw these, basically a bride that was within this covering of, what would the white material be that kind of flows down when she's
Veil.
The veil, yeah.
The train?
Something like that, but it was that same kind of white, almost see-through material that was hanging there.
What is a bride?
Yeah.
The bride is like a young lady?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And she was within this room, but she was also within like almost a tent that was made from this material. It was a very bright and vivid image, and she parted this material and then walked out of this tent that she was previously in. And the most interesting part is that she like reached up above her, slightly above her head, and then grabbed hold of something that seemed to be invisible at the moment. But when she almost like a zipper, she just zipped down down to the floor, and almost like the reality that she was in parted way to reveal almost a more, I don't know, it kind of unveiled the surroundings around her to where it was more, almost more vivid and colorful, even more than it had previously been. So I don't know, it was a very interesting image, but she almost unzipped this covering around the reality around her.
Well, that's today's message about, those have hearing ears belong to the bride to enter into greater reality.
Show the realness.
Yeah, so, that's what it means, our spiritual teachings, rather than just talk. So I pray you guys will continue to engage in the spirit. The spirit realm is so real. So many of the things happen to us. The first decisively you have in the heaven realms, in the spirit realms. We just don't recognize things. So we think, yeah, that's my happening. But we continue to regulate our life in the lower realm. So I would suppose God wants us to establish in the higher realm. And when you establish the higher realm, the lower realm is really, don't use this as a charismatic teaching, okay, whatever. I'm just saying it's real. I've been walking there for a while, in a sense. It's so real, it's just uncannily real. So, how you move in the heavenly realm, how you move in the spiritual realm. So you're always going to be, as I said, there's a reality you have to be established into. There's a higher discipline you have to learn to be established into. Practice